Hello, hello, and welcome back for another 100% ethereal-free installment of Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War. Yes, this episode is guaranteed 100% ethereal-free by the Food and Drug Administration because the aliens have been studying our fad dieting patterns here on Earth lately and have decided that ethereals, much like wheat gluten, should be eliminated from their diets completely. And instead of any delicious ethereal-laden foods, what they've been sending us instead lately are the extraterrestrial equivalents of kale, avocados, and spinach, which are sectoids, outsides, and floaters, respectively. And while our digestive health has been excellent lately, seriously, our troopers are shitting like geese. You should see the inside of Lindsay Lohan's side tube. But while things are moving through the GI tract pretty easily, the rest of our progress is more constipated than you might imagine. Because much like a freshman congressman from Texas, we're not really making as much hope as we had anticipated towards our ultimate goal of an alien-free homeland. So there is that. Now, I know my bitching about the lack of ethereals has become something of a recurring theme lately, but it is currently the dam that's holding back all of our progress, and it's getting to the point where we may have to steal a page from the book of Katniss Everdeen, go full-on District 5 on this shit, and blow up the dam in order to cut off electricity to the capital. Although, without a complete hack writer to throw us a, frankly, unbelievable number of fortunate coincidences to make sure that our plan works despite its punishing stupidity, maybe following in Katniss Everdeen's footsteps isn't the best idea. In fact, now that I think about it, following in Katniss's footsteps seems more like a Tara Reid-level stupid event. So, instead I think what we'll do is just cross our fingers, head on up to Mission Control, start scanning, and just hope we can get 1/10 as lucky as the girl on fire. So let's get to it.
Contact detected.
Speaking of things on fire, what the hell is this all about? They're coming two at a time now with these small UFOs. Alright then, I suppose we'll scramble some interceptors. So, Ozone. What do you say you try and take on this fighter and see what you can do, sir? They're breaking in different directions. Oh, they're going for a divide and conquer method.
We're in pursuit.
We may be up shit creek here. The paddle is looking a little bit rabid. Did I say rabid? I meant ragged. A rabid paddle seems like that would be just fucking horrible. I mean, if you're up shit creek and all you have is a paddle with rabies, that's fucked twice without even getting bought dinner. Also, this crashed UFO, I can't help but notice, has no ethereal in it. So we're gonna ignore this for just a moment and try and shoot this guy down instead and hope that perhaps it contains an ethereal. Because if it does, we're gonna read that one first. Alright, cross the fingers, folks. We need an ethereal here. One ethereal. Just one tiny little ethereal. That's all we need. One small, meager, measly, weasley ethereal. Or we could just straight up fucking blow that thing into a giant flaming ball of wreckage, thus eliminating any chance at all that we might catch an ethereal. Fucking genius. So, mechtoid, floater, sectoid, outsider, and heavy floater. Brilliant. Alright then, let's put together a crew, I suppose. At this point, I'm not even sure why we're bothering. I'm almost tempted to just leave this thing on the ground, but it does have potential capture, so maybe we could pick up a plasma rifle. Something we could turn it into a plasma cannon for our newly engineered interceptor, I suppose. There's that. Alright then. So, a crew. Who do we want to send to lead this mission? Not Penelope Cruz. I think that's the one thing we can be certain of. We don't want Penelope Cruz in charge of anything. Would send JCVD, but he's tired. Could send one of our other snipers. Well, it's either Sean Connery or Penelope Cruz, and if I have to choose between those two, it's gonna be 007 every time. Oh, your mother said the same thing. Oh, yeah, whatever, Sean. It's getting a little old. Sorry. This is not 1994, and this is not in living color, so the constant yo mama jokes, really, Sean, kind of beginning to grit a little bit, sir. Maybe you could make a joke about Scotch whiskey instead. I mean, I know you have plenty of experience with Scotch whiskey, so it seems like the kind of thing you would be inclined to joke about. So Sean's in charge of the show. That's delightful. Let's find ourselves a gunner. Basically, anyone who is not tired will sort of do. Let's go with Corporal Katie Firework Perry. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't let Katie bring a little firework to the table. She can show us what she's worth here. Little plasma nova gun for Katie. That'll help instigate the fireworks. They're much easier to detonate when you have superheated balls of flying plasma. Laser sight, high capacity mags. Good enough for Katie. Scout, we need one. Let's find one. One that doesn't suck, preferably. Also one that may need psychic EXP. That is the one thing we have been getting out of these missions, I have to admit. We have been picking up some cheap psychic EXP for troopers. We want a scout, though. And a big gun's gun is tired, so we've got Oprah Hambone Winfrey or Lance Corporal Maggie Q, who for a scout is ridiculously so. Hey, we have a Skeet Orage. He's pretty fast. Why have we not been using Skeet? I mean, I know his aim is absolutely terrible, but for a guy whose name is Skeet, I mean, I got to imagine he has copious amounts of semen that have been just ejaculated square into his eyes. So it seems like vision problems might easily result from that situation. It's no reason we can't take him on a mission. We're really more interested in his foot speed than his shooting skills. We are going to give him a reflex cannon, so that in the event he does happen to connect with the enemy, it will suffer egregious damage. Yeah, that looks fine. Skeet, good work, buddy. You really have the only skill we care about, which is lightning reflexes and the ability to hold an arc thrower in one hand, so you're cool in that respect. Do we have an assault trooper other than Miley Yeah Cyrus? I'm actually pretty sure all of our assaults are in the hospital or tired. Yeah, hospital, 8 days, 14 days, 24 days. We've got the Yeah, but I would prefer to not take the Yeah if at all possible, so no assault trooper on this mission then. That's fine. You know what? Rather than assault, we'll fill in with the dreadfully shameful Ian Finzier. This guy is straight up trash tier. We're going to give him a trash weapon because, I mean, trash begets trash. That's sort of the thing. Garbage in, garbage out, folks. We are going to give him a scope and a laser sight because Christ knows he needs all the fucking help he can get when it comes to connecting with a target. What else should we take? I mean, we shouldn't take a Rocketeer, but we did. So, I mean, what else can we take? What else do we kind of need? What about a medic? What have we got in the medic department? Admiral Akbar or Alan Hawkeye Alda? Let's take the Admiral. I mean, she outranks Alan Alda, so it seems like maybe she's the correct choice. Old Fisheye herself, Tori Spelling, is getting the call on this one. As someone recently commented, you know, I think the world sort of looks like a rap video to Tori Spelling. That's, everything is shot in a fisheye perspective. We're going to give her the Slim Shady Memorial Slug Slinger, and in order to prevent her from making an absolute ridiculous shame of herself, we are going to give her a scope to help out with her, frankly, substandard aim. Even with the scope, it's still pretty shitty. We got 3 slots left. I think we'll probably take 2 mech troopers this time, because why the shit not? And also, I mean, what else are we going to fill out our crew with? We don't really have anyone else I'm even very interested. We could take Kesha. She needs psychic EXP. You know, let's save Kesha. We'll save her for whatever our next more important mission is. We could take her, but I'd rather have one Master Sergeant Engineer who still has some, can still get some benefits out of tagging along in a mission. Actually, we should send Tay Groovy Diggs, really. But I want an engineer. Do we have another engineer? I mean, anyone. I'll take anyone at this point. Literally anyone. Literally anyone but John Mayer. So I guess it's going to be old Vanilla Ice. Alright then, Vanilla. I guess you're getting a call, which, well, we may have a little trouble with a sort of a legal issue with Vanilla Ice, because in order to send Vanilla Ice on this mission, we are going to have to negotiate with his PO. Vanilla, of course, under orders to not leave the state, since he has recently been arrested for burglary. And also, since we're planning on both taking him out of state and kind of encouraging him to burglarize an alien vehicle, I'm pretty sure his corrections officer is going to have a serious problem with having old Vanilla devoted to this task. Gonna take some... Well, frankly, it's going to take a better negotiator than me to sort of talk him into that shit, but we'll try it anyway. I mean, I'll try anything once. Except drinking bleach. That's like one thing I won't try once. I'm not going to drink bleach no matter how much you try and convince me that it's a good idea. Just, I'm not going to do it. So let's get a couple mech troopers then, I guess. Who's available? I don't need Taylor Swift. I don't need Drake. I don't really need Justin Timberlake, to be honest. Let's take Ashley Tycoon Olsen. She'll be fine. Ashley still needs some EXP, so that's good. Probably not going to get a level out of a small UFO mission, but no harm, no foul. That's fine. Not every mission needs to, you know, generate a level. We're going to give her a proximity mine launcher, electro pulse. You know, I think we're going to go without the Illyrium turbos. We'll give those to our other suit, I think. So, proximity mine launchers, electro pulse. You know what? We're going to swap this out, actually give her a grenade launcher. Since we're going to take our other mech suit and sort of gear it up to be a little speedier, seems like that would be the one that we would probably want to give the close range, dash in, and detonate. You know what? Let's double Valkyrie it. We'll go with Bono as well. Bono can be our runner. We got 2 railguns there, so that's fine. We're gonna give him a flamethrower, an electro pulse. He's gonna pick up the Illyrium turbos, and then we'll give him weapon gyros just to help out a little bit with his aim. Although Bono's aim is not terrible. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's not terrible. So he gets the job done. Bono's serviceable front man for us. The same can't be said for U2, but he is a serviceable front man for us. Also, he's not a front man, he's more like a backup singer at this point to the more talented Ashley Olsen. So I guess everything I just said was a lie.
Prepare for deployment, Strike One.
Alright, let's get stuck in then. I'm long prepared for this deployment. I mean, fuck, it's floaters and a couple outsiders. Come on.
Our help, so that's where we're going next.
Ah, it's one of the same 4 maps we've fought like a dozen times in a row now.
We should get down there and secure the site ASAP.
You know, this Long War playthrough is becoming a lot like a drum solo that's gone on for more than 10 to 15 seconds. It's really, really... I mean, no matter how interesting or, you know, kind of intriguing it is, it's still a drum solo. It's still been playing for more than 10 seconds. It's really fucking beginning to grit at this point. It really is. I mean, you can have your mojo working all you want, but shit's getting a little old, fellas. A little old. We're probably going to have a pod, like, here. Because there always seems to be a pod here when we fight this map. So I don't see any reason to not just operate under the assumption that there is a pod there. And behave accordingly. So give me somebody who has a battle scanner. Haha, Ian Ziering, right, you have a battle scanner. Actually, we gave one to... Why did we do that? Yeah, that's fine. We'll have old... We'll have Vanilla go scout the situation for us. He should be able to throw a battle scanner at 460 miles, because he is a grenadier, so, I mean, he really ought to be able to get it out here. Have him drop it, say, there.
Scanning target
Should be
area
good.
now.
Good long chuck from Vanilla Ice. Man has a fantastic arm. Now, I hear the You Found Enemies music. I don't see any, but the music did change for a moment, so there's something somewhere. What do we got? Pot of floaters. Looks like at least 1 heavy, 2 regulars. Possibly some other fellows over there. Now, they're a little far away, but we do have an opportunity to do some interesting work if we can. We're not going to be able to get close enough to drop a proximity mine on them, of course, because we don't have an archer, so we don't have anybody with bombard.
Got something over
But that
here.
doesn't mean we can't set up a little bit of an ambush for them. It's actually 1 heavy floater and 3 regular floaters. Here's what we're going to do, just to sort of discourage these gentlemen from taking part in future no-goodness. We're going to go ahead and drop a proximity mine down. If any of them try to vacate that area, that proximity mine should detonate and do some, if not fantastic, at least reasonable damage. I'm going to put Sean Connery on Overwatch. Now, we do need to be careful about grenades coming in.
Moving.
Floaters with a good arm, and sometimes they will get bombard. We did encounter a floater with bombard on one of our, might have been on a base raid we did. I don't really remember the specifics, but I do remember that son of a bitch throwing a grenade a real long way. So bombard is something that heavy floaters can get, and they will take the opportunity to use it. So we're going to try and make sure that effectively not only the most attractive, but really the only targets these guys have at their disposal can all easily withstand a hit from a grenade.
Solid copy.
Ian Ziering, why don't you just, yeah.
Aye, aye.
I can't even come up with something that sounds plausible for you to do that's useful. We'll put you on Overwatch. It's the least ridiculous thing we could have you do, even though it's not going to be useful in any capacity. We kind of want to get Skeet Ulrich at least close to the battle zone, maybe? I mean, he does have our capturing device. We'd like to try and get him in some cover when he does that. Skeet... If we put him here and he takes a grenade, it's going to destroy his cover, and then he's going to get shot to pieces. Well, let's just take him to this corner cover, I guess.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, shut up, Skeet. What you're looking for, Skeet? A fucking job. That's what you're looking for, buddy. How many years has it been since you had anything to do in Hollywood at all? 15 to 20? Wasn't your last movie some piece of shit that had you and Lawrence Fishburne like running around trying to stop some kind of catastrophic like alien? It wasn't alien. It was like some kind of weird conspiracy thing where, you know, I can't even remember what the plot was. It was so ridiculous. It was Skeet Ulrich and Lawrence Fishburne, and they were like tied together, or they were after some manner of like device that was gonna explode things and make things cold or freeze the world's water supply or something. Ian Ziering, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into the physics of how that happened. That's like the third time in a row you've shot a rocket and hit absolutely nothing with it. And we're getting a little tired of your shit, Skeet. Or sorry, Ian. A little tired of your shit, Ian. We're just gonna set off this proximity mine with our own grenade because we don't care. We don't give a single fuck at this point. That actually turned out reasonably well. How close can Skeet get?
On it.
Well, he can get close enough to draw the Overwatch, which is really the only thing we care about. And were Skeet to take an unfortunate blast of plasma to his face, we wouldn't really object to that, because at this point, it's not like Skeet's face is a valuable commodity anymore. No one's going to care if it gets messed up a little bit. You know, I feel that even though there is an enemy on Overwatch, we're going to go hit him with the flamethrower anyway. And just pray that it doesn't lock up the mission, because frankly the odds of it locking up the mission are better than average. Let's see how many of these units we can hit with it. Every time we fired a flamethrower from a Mech 2 suit, it has locked up the mission. We haven't necessarily encountered that same phenomenon with the Mech 3, or sorry, I got that backwards. Every time we've done it from a Mech 3, it's locked up the mission. With the Mech 2, though, we haven't necessarily had that same problem. And it looks like in this instance, we're actually going to be okay. So, flamethrowers on the Mech 2, still a thing that works. And since that guy is now panicked, let's take the Skeeter in.
Good to go.
See if we can get this guy down in capture territory. Skeeter? Why don't you get on up there? Yeah, I know, I'm calling him the name of one of the Muppet babies. Or actually, I guess just a regular Muppet. Isn't one of the Muppets named Skeeter? Pretty sure one of the Muppets was named Skeeter. I'd be worried. This is going to kill him. We can't take that shot. Sean Connery will kill him.
Copy that.
Not because Sean Connery is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Sean Connery is skilled or powerful or that under any ordinary circumstances, if we wanted that guy to die, Sean Connery would come up empty. He would either miss or do not enough damage. But in this particular instance, since we don't want the enemy dead, that would be the one time that Sean Connery would find a way to get a kill. And as such, we're just not even going to take the risk. We're just going to move all of our troopers, nobody on Overwatch, nothing that might incidentally injure and or kill the alien. We're just going to let him stay panicked behind his flaming tree. Until we can get troopers in a position to capture. And probably what we'll do is we'll have Vanilla Ice throw a rather weak grenade at him just to kind of soften him up a little bit. And if need be, we'll send someone in with a pistol. So, Vanilla, if you would be so kind, sir, please deploy a grenade on this gentleman. Don't kill him. It's the only thing, Vanilla Ice. Don't rob houses, don't kill our floaters. That's what we're looking for. Don't rob houses, don't kill our floaters. Also, Vanilla Ice, what were you doing robbing a house, buddy? It's not like you need the money. You got a TV show, still, despite the fact that you're, I mean, you know, not overly gifted. A failure, but we've come to expect that from Skeet Ulrich, in all honesty. Who has our other capture device? Someone does. Who is it? It's not Tori Spelling. It's not Sean Connery. It's not Katy Perry. Sorry, where's our other scout? Did we not bring... We brought one arc thrower, didn't we? Yeah. Because instead of another useful troop, we brought... Yeah, we brought Ian Ziering. So, Ian, thanks for, you know, the double fuck job there, buddy. That's well done. You managed to screw us twice.
Will do.
Once by being bad at your job, and the second time by just, you know, not bringing the... Forcing us to bring Ian Ziering, who can't carry the proper equipment. Honestly, you know, it's my fault. It's my oversight. But, you know what? It was a heavy floater. We don't really necessarily desperately need a plasma rifle. Now, had there been an ethereal on this mission and I had done that, I would be punching myself in my own dick right now.
I'm on it, Commander.
Fortunately, this is not a self-dick punch level screw-up. It's more of a just gnash my teeth and hate myself slightly level screw-up. So let's not risk having Ian Ziering pop a pod at all. We're just going to move into this corner cover. And we'll let him think he's doing something by putting him on Overwatch. It's kind of like the participation ribbon. We let Ian Ziering occasionally fire a rocket that does nothing, and at other times we do let him go on Overwatch for no reason. It's sort of like the kid who plays rover in baseball, you know. It's not a real position, it's not actually a job, but, you know, he's on the team and it seems like he should get a chance to play, so they just put him out there in between first and second base. Poor little guy. I always felt sorry for those kids. Anyway, back to work here. So we've got a mechtoid somewhere. We should probably consider at least keeping an eye on that. Vanilla has deployed his one battle scanner, and I gotta say, Vanilla Ice actually has done okay for us, despite the pending burglary charges. He's been solid on this mission. He delivered exactly what we needed with a grenade, so we were, you know, pleased about that. His battle scanner actually did locate the enemy on the first try, so a little bit of luck, a little bit of we've played this map 100 times, sort of contributing to that. But Vanilla has done the two things we kind of asked him to do, so I can't really be too terribly upset about what he's bringing to the table. Skeeter, why don't you head on over there? I always want to confuse, was Skeeter the scientist? There was like a Scooter and a Skeeter. I guess Skeeter was Scooter's sister, maybe? I don't remember. They both had mops of red hair and sort of looked like orange Raggedy Ann and Andy. They wore glasses. That's the one thing I can remember about them. They wore glasses, which probably in Muppet parlance means they were in fact a smart one, because glasses means smart, of course, if you're Jim Henson level. Or Sesame Street or whatnot, but I guess those are all Jim Henson products. Nobody wore glasses at a Dark Crystal, did they? I didn't think about it. I mean, Ogra only had one eye, but she didn't really wear glasses. Could have gotten a meld canister. Not really at all upset about the fact that we have failed to recover a meld canister. Hey, Admiral Akbar, why don't you come over here and drop one of your battle scanners for us? You can advance to here, deploy your battle scanner, and let us know whether or not it is, in fact, it's a trap! And it turns out, it is, in fact, a trap. It's a trap, Tori! Alright, well, Tori should have been a little more proactive in her alarmingness over the trap nature of that particular move. It was, in fact, a trap.
Getting a better look.
We expected a more lead-up time, more warning from you, Tori. I mean, fuck, it's your one thing. It's kind of your bit, man. So, let's have the Skeeter go... Yeah, let's have Skeet pull this Overwatch for us, if we can. So, of course, Skeet Ulrich does not deliver.
On the move.
Skeet Ulrich does not deliver. That's actually the epitaph that will be written on Skeet Ulrich's headstone.
Moving to position.
Skeet Ulrich, born whenever Skeet Ulrich was born, died whenever Skeet Ulrich dies. Epitaph, he didn't deliver.
Confirmed. Closing on target position now.
That's why Skeet Ulrich actually got fired from his job as a Domino's pizza delivery driver, because, you know, he didn't deliver that either. He just sat in his car and smoked weed and ate the pizza. He worked for 2 days.
Overwatch.
A lot of complaints generated in those 2 days, though, I gotta say. You'd be amazed how many people actually were upset about Skeet's lack of food delivery ability.
Hauling ass.
Yes, that was a dash for Katy Perry, and yes, I also am equally displeased with the fact that 6 tiles was a dash. This guy's going to get linked and protected. We can't really do anything about that. He's probably going to advance at a double move, though, since he can't see anyone from where he's at, and he's going to have pretty terrible shots from where he's about to move to. Either that or he'll shoot at one of our mech troopers, which is fine, because with one shot, he shouldn't really be able to do a devastating amount of damage. Nice shred there from Bono. Good Overwatch shot, buddy. If only an equally solid performance could have been gotten out of your most recent album, a lot of people would be a little less irritated about having it forced onto their iTunes. Skeet's gonna panic. Yeah. Yeah, we called that one. Skeet actually not afraid of the aliens, but in sort of an existential breakdown over the state of his career. After his last paycheck, that's actually exactly the same thing that came out of his mouth. He sort of hunkered down, wept, and went, "Oh, no, no, no!" Your parents are real proud of you, is sort of what I'm getting at, Skeet. Tori Spelling, we frankly expected better from you. I mean, you have years of interstellar military service. You're an admiral, for Christ's sake. You should Should be a little less prone to panicking, my dear. So we get a good shot at the... Okay. Skeet is panicked, so we have no one to draw this Overwatch. Ashley Olsen is not precisely in the best position to do a whole lot of work for us. I think we're going to take this Overwatch shot from the Mechtoid with Ashley, however. I understand we're drawing it. That's fine. I'm not too worried about it, even if it hits, which it did not. Mechtoid's notoriously bad at Overwatch. They only ever seem to get hits when they critical. I mean, they're very uneven in their performance. They're either the deadliest things at all time, and they one-shot anything they hit, or they're absolutely fuck-all worthless and don't do a damn thing.
Mine deployed.
That one, however, is going to be busy standing underneath a mine that hopefully Vanilla Ice can get close enough to detonate. He can. Slightly closer would be better, Vanilla.
Heading there now.
Just step forward just a couple extra tiles and then heave that bad boy. There you go. If only you had shown the same level of thought and planning in your impromptu robbery, Vanilla Ice, you might not currently be incarcerated. Just think about that. Should have thought about that. Little shot here from Katy Perry. 13 damage and a hollow targeting, so Katy definitively lighting off a few fireworks there. She's showing him what she's worth. Right there, that's it. Bono taking a dramatic Harold Pinter pause there before firing on the Mechtoid. We're going to just have him go ahead and finish what he started by completing this guy's journey through life. And that Mechtoid's tombstone is going to have the same epitaph as Skeet Ulrich's, and that it's going to say, he didn't deliver.
On it.
That would be the greatest thing to like the greatest possible way to deface Papa John's tombstone is just write on it, he didn't deliver. That would be awesome.
This.
Yeah, you're gonna miss Ian Ziering. I don't know why you would taunt the enemies by saying something. See, exactly what we expected from you, Ian Ziering. You didn't even blow up the log that those guys were hiding behind. So why you would come out and then be all flagrant and say something like, eat this, before taking that shot, honestly is bewildering to anyone with dignity or basic respect for their fellow humans and extraterrestrials. Not sure what that little guy's getting up to. This guy's probably going to come take a shot at Vanilla Ice, I would suspect, but he wasn't planning on... Surprise, Sean Connery! Jesus, Sean, that was overkill twice. You killed that guy almost 3 times, man. You don't want Sean Connery surprising you from behind. That's going to end badly for you if Sean Connery sneaks up behind you for the surprise move. And the reason I say that's because, you know, Sean Connery will... Well, he'll put it in your butt. He's into that. He'll do it. This sectoid traded his life, though, somewhat foolishly, because he's about to be flanked and killed by Vanilla Ice. Slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade. So fast, sectoid stayed. Damn! If plasma was a drug, he'd sell it by the gram. You know, Ian Ziering, I'd have you fire a rocket at this guy, but I'm pretty sure your chances at 49% are considerably better to hit him with the Gauss carbine than they are to hit him with a rocket. That's right. Sean Connery is actually more accurate with an SMG than he is with a law rocket. You know, I don't necessarily see any need to take a chance here. Let's just go ahead and have the Tycoon kill this gentleman. Or irritate him. Also good. You don't necessarily need to kill him, just kind of piss him off a little. I wonder if this EMP pulse works through walls. Let's find out. Nothing else to do. Might as well test this theory. That's just a slap in the face for Bono right there. Getting hit by a sectoid, that's the ultimate insult.
Minor repairs at some
and
point.
Suddenly he reacts. So, nice, Bono. I see that your reflexes have gone over a little bit, you know, in your later years. Took you a full-on 5 or 6 seconds to realize that you had been shot in the face.
Charge.
Years are catching up to Bono. I mean, they catch up to all of us. Everybody gets old, and it's a hell of a thing, but
Scanning.
I think they're being particularly harsh to Bono. Maybe because he's still trying to pretend that he's like 26. Despite the fact that he's more like 2.5 times that. But I kid Bono. He's not 70. He's only like 68. Alright then, so nice to see Skeeter and Tori Spelling back in action, finally deciding to participate. I don't know what I was thinking with that move. That's actually probably just flanked Skeet Ulrich. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not sure who's going to dig him out of the hole he just dug himself. Possibly no one. It's sure not going to be Sean Connery. I'm guessing it's going to have to be like Ashley Olsen. Although I'm not sure Ashley's going to be able to get close enough to get a shot off.
Affirmative, Commander.
This will be an interesting situation here. Well, Ashley will have a shot. It's probably good enough. It's good enough to save Skeet Ulrich, I guess. Not that that's something to boast about. I saved Skeet Ulrich's life, and the rest of the world looks at you and just sort of shrugs.
Ready to rock.
I have to imagine that's precisely the reaction one would get if you, you know, Skeet Ulrich was, let's say, drowning, and you jumped in and saved him. You'd be like, hey, I saved Skeet Ulrich's life. Everybody would be like, oh, yeah, that's just a Scream guy, right? Yeah, I remember that guy. That'd be exactly the reaction you got. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I remember him.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Actually, that's probably not true. Most people wouldn't remember Skeet Ulrich. He hasn't been famous in so long that sort of faded from the kind of collective consciousness.
Let's do this.
Very dramatic line from Katy Perry there. Let's do this! And then she walks like 12.5 feet. Ever the self-promoter is, Katie. Let's just trigger these outsiders. They're all that's left.
Got something over here.
Yeah, it's 2 outsiders. I just said, like a second ago, they're all that's left. And it turns out they are, in fact, all that's left. Surprisingly, I know, but... Hey, Skeet Ulrich may actually get to fire his weapon at the enemy. I kid Skeet Ulrich. Yeah, I don't think this is even going to work. But it is Skeet Ulrich. Why would it work? I mean, I don't know. It actually did get him covered in acid. Wow. So Skeet Ulrich's one contribution to this mission, he lowered the armor value of one of our units slightly. That's what Skeet did. Slightly lowered the armor value of one unit. Ian Ziering is going to find a way to miss this, I guarantee. I hate you so much, Ian Ziering. And people wonder why I constantly say that engineers are better than Rocketeers in 100% of cases. If that's an engineer, it does damage. He absolutely does damage right there. There is no way that an engineer throwing a grenade in that situation fails to do damage. It simply does not happen. Rocketeer, though, yeah, it'll find a way. Rocketeers, fucking garbage. They're garbage. I hate him so much. Why did I bring... Yeah, I probably cost myself a plasma rifle by bringing him on the mission as well, and I'm aware of that too, so, you know. Doubly fucked myself. He contributed literally nothing. Bringing no one on the mission would have been the same as bringing Ian Ziering. He's the best thing we can say about him is he's the same as a blank spot.
That's affirmative.
Arguably, one could make the case that he's actually worse than having no one, but he hasn't harmed one of his own allies yet, so that's not necessarily true. He's not worse than having no one yet. He could still prove to be worse than no one, but as the situation currently stands,
pacified.
Hasn't quite got to that level yet.
Yes, Commander.
But there's always hope, Ian. You know, don't fret, buddy. There's always a chance you could prove to be worse than no one. Do I really want to just stand here and get shot? I don't really see a reason. Let's run over to this meld canister. If nothing else, you can at least pick up that meld, assuming the canister doesn't collapse. And we can always... I mean, we know where that guy's at. It's not like he's going anywhere. Now... Well, no, he's still in armor damage. Okay, I was about to say now Ian Ziering has proved himself worse than no one, but that's not true yet. So, Bono, you want to grab that can for us, buddy, since it's about to close?
Canister in tow.
Oh, thanks. And just walk over here. Find the alien for us. It's really all we need you to do at this point. It's kind of spot. Reasonable chance to hit. Reasonable chance to critical. 8 and a shred is acceptable. We're comfortable with that. Yeah. I was thinking about trying to do something with Ian Ziering and then immediately thought, why am I trying to do something with Ian Ziering? It has absolutely no point. Skeet Ulrich. Yeah, we're killing this guy this turn. Skeet, just come in here. We're going to have like a 1% hit. Yeah, we're not even going to bother to shoot that. Let's just take Ashley Olsen over here and kill this guy. Actually, Ashley may not be able to get a shot at it. Probably there. Should produce a shot with a reasonable chance of hitting at any rate. Yeah, he's flanked, so this should be okay. There we go. So Ashley Olsen and Bono definitively carrying this team.
Commander,
Apart from some
the
minor
operation was a
contributions from
success.
Katy Perry, the rest of the team effectively brought nothing to the table. Nothing. I mean, Skeet Ulrich at least gave us a guy to make fun of. You know, it's always good to have a laughing stock in every group, and that is sort of the role of Skeet Ulrich. If he's in a group, he's going to be the laughing stock. So when you pile into Skeeter, you know you're going to bring... He brings the humor because, you know, I mean, everybody can bag on him, and he can't do anything about it. He's just got to kind of sit there and take it. Just sort of good-naturedly, yeah, you guys are right, you know, I fucking suck. Then he goes home and just fucking weeps into his pillow. That's Skeet Ulrich's life. Don't like reactive targeting sensors. Do like collateral damage. I do like this ability. It's very good. That being said, I'm taking repair servos because I like it better. We've actually had a couple missions where repair servos have been the difference between having a mech come back badly wounded or not come back at all. So I'm sticking with what works. I do like collateral damage, but we've got a number of other units that can fill the collateral damage role if we do need it. We have Catherine Zeta-Jones, of course, Justin, Shogun, Timberlake as well. So I honestly barely care about this stuff at all, other than to note what I need to go to the Situation Room to sell. Until there's an ethereal corpse amongst the wreckage, in which case I'll be kicking myself soundly because it's a corpse, or until there's a live ethereal on that list, I find myself having a hard time caring, folks. Really do. But with, you know, our lack of ethereals at an all-time high, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, which also has no ethereals in it, feel free to subscribe as well, and you can keep track, or even a count of the number of times we come up ethereal-less. Should be a big number. So, you know, get out the fingers and toesies. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.